My hair is crazy. It's so windy today that my hair has been just not handling it well. Hi, thank you. Doing a whole bunch of different things today. I'm just doing all of the herbs that I can think of. Cilantro, basil, oregano. These are all from Territorial Seed. I love this company. Love them, love them. Hi, hello. Do you have work or just focus on gardening? I do work. I am a full-time elementary music teacher. So yes. Hi, hello. Welcome. This is more basil. And then what do we have? I'm guessing this is cilantro. I'm guessing it's cilantro. I guess I'll know. I'll know soon. I'm also starting chamomile today. Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot. Woo, the wind is crazy today. Crazy, crazy. Got parsley. The lavender that I started last year did so well. Hi, I'm doing great. Thank you. Oh, thank you guys. Right now it is 3 p.m. Hi. Okay, so I'm doing all of these right now. I don't need any time. I have done hydroponics. I'm not doing any hydroponics this year. Oh, do I need marjoram? I feel like I do. So let's see if there's any seeds left in there. I don't need rosemary. Don't need that. Don't need that. This is summer savory, but I feel like I already have summer savory. I want winter savory. That's what I need. Very good. Hello, hello. How is everybody today? Basil, parsley. What is this? Oh, strawberry mint. I don't need. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll start some more strawberry mint. Some more strawberry mint. Actually, my sage looks pretty good. Should I start any more lavender? I don't think so. I think my lavender is doing really well. Hi, I know. Hello, I know. I'm trying to go live much more often because I'm just trying to be better about it. Yeah, parsley does take a while. My strawberries are flowering. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Mine will not be flowering for at least another month. Yeah, about another month. Okay, so we got sage and marjoram. We got parsley. Here's cilantro. Let's put all the basils in one spot. Do you grow medicinal herbs? So I think a lot of different herbs have medicinal properties. Thank you. But I don't know if I don't necessarily grow them for that. I'm about to start seedlings and crazy work hours, and I'm worried about, it's really tough. Try your best. Your violets didn't survive. I am so sorry. I don't speak Spanish. I'm so sorry. Try your best to keep everything in one spot. So I put everything in a Google Doc just so that I can, and I keep everything in the same, it's actually Google Sheets. And so I'll create a different, what's it called, tab, whatever it's called. I'll have a different tab for each year. So I can go back and I can see what I did last year. Sage is tough. Sage is tough to grow from seed. So don't feel too bad about that. Okay, so we've got chives, and I've got a 40. I've got a 40 cell tray here, and the soil is already moist. We just have to add the seeds. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. Between yesterday and today, I have done so much gardening. It's been wonderful. Today, alone, I got 150 of my onion starts planted. So yay. I got an entire 4x8 bed planted with potatoes, but then I had to take a break because I was afraid that we were going to get a storm. And I'm not so sure we're going to get a storm, but it is very, very windy. Yeah, I know. And actually, I had 50 seedlings left over, but they're all going next door to my father-in-law. And then, so I planted I planted 6 varieties of potatoes. And then I have so many more potatoes to go. So I'm going to be doing more potatoes later. I will do a garden tour when my garden is ready. It is not ready for a tour right now. Okay, so I'm going to put these in order just so that I can keep myself straight. Tonight. Got West Side Story stuck in my head. Thank you. Yeah, I've been trying to post on YouTube. I've been trying to be better about it. It has been difficult because I feel like YouTube is just a different beast. And so when a video hits 1,000, I get super excited. But yeah, it's definitely it's different, but I have enjoyed posting on YouTube. M for marjoram, O for oregano, P for parsley, oops, M for mint. I forgot I had the mint. All right, and then sage, and then savory. Okay. Hi, guys. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Okay, so I am doing 4 different types of basil this year. I don't have my Momolo basil. So I love that one. I don't have it right now. But I do have 2 purples and 2 greens. And these are Genovese type basil varieties. Disease resistance. All right, we'll find out. Let's see. And if I really need to, if the basil doesn't work out, I can always get every single nursery has basil. This year I'm only watering them. When dryish, they haven't sprouted yet. Oh, so you want to keep the soil as moist as possible for the entire germination process. So don't let the soil dry out until they have sprouted, and then you can kind of do that. I potted up my tomatoes and they wilted super. Yes, so they are going through a little bit of a transplant shock. They should be okay. Did you water them? Yeah, did you water them, and did you water them too much? So yeah, I have wild strawberries in a pot. They're so pretty. Oh, that is so pretty. And just a little thing, if you didn't water, is that a pink lemon tree? It is. Good eye. So hi. If you are finding that the soil is dry but not too dry, and you don't think that watering is an issue, I bottom watered them. How long? Perk back up. I would definitely do something like this with a growth stimulant, because the transplant shock is what's going to hurt them, basically, to be nice and strong for when they need to grow. So they've got a little setback. They should be okay. But I would do something like this, like the organic Rev, and I would give that to your tomato plants every other week. And you can actually find that in my link tree if that's what you want. But other than that, you can just kind of wait it out. But this kind of thing right here, this growth stimulant, does help them to perk up and take up those nutrients that they need. But I wouldn't worry too much. When did you do that? I don't have it that handy. So Tomato Tone is going to be granular. That is a wonderful, wonderful fertilizer. But actually, it might be a little too much for your seedlings. So today, just if you are okay, give it some time. Give it some time. They should be okay. They should be okay. Yeah. But if they don't perk out, don't give them any like heavy fertilizers because they're really small and they can't necessarily handle something too strong. Trying to find good watering trays on Amazon, but they are all too small or too expensive. Oh, so this is weird, but I'll show you what I do. This is what I use. These are my brassicas. So I'll like my broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts. I just buy these catering trays. I bought like 20 of them for $40, and they are what I water. This is what I do. It's awesome. They work really well, and they I use boot trays. Oh, that's great. Are those in your Amazon? They should be. They should be. Yeah. Snow later today and 72 yesterday. That is crazy. It almost sounds like Maryland. Okay. So, basil. I think I want 4 of each of those basils. Oh my gosh, I got exactly the right amount. Can we see your onions? You can't because they're in the garden. They're all the way up there in the garden. So yeah, I'm so excited. They are where their final resting place is going to be. Hi, my cauliflower is the first thing to sprout. Yay! How long should it take them to perk back up before I become concerned? I would give it overnight. Give it overnight. If you feel like they're not perking back up tomorrow, then I would definitely consider giving them some kind of growth stimulant. And if you are still interested, the Organic Rev does ship pretty quickly. And if you're looking for that 10% off, the code is very10. But that's what I use every single time I pot up my plants. I give them that growth stimulant because it really does help them get through, and it gets them right into growing mode. So honestly, it's a really good thing to have, even if they perk up within the next couple of hours. My loofah, yay! How do you protect your garden against animals? Oh, so many things. All but one has perked up, but my poor patio choice is struggling. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so what herbs are we sowing? I thought I was too behind to plant them. So I am a little behind today, but I'm planting them anyway because why not? So today I am doing basil and chives, chamomile. Cilantro is what I'm really, really behind on, but it's fine. Yes. Okay. That's great. Okay. So I have aroma 2, and this is basil. Aroma 2, basil. I always recommend that before you sow that you actually, do you germinate your seeds first for any herbs? Nope. I do it this way every time. It's so happy. Yeah, that's so great. So I would have sowed my basil like a month ago, but it's fine. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. But if you are sowing seeds, I highly recommend doing the plant markers first. It always helps me to keep me organized with everything. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so that's aroma 2 basil, and this is Emily basil. Tonight. Oh my gosh. It is so windy here. I have so many regular flies in my garden. Any tips to get rid of them? Interesting. Is it your are they attracted to a compost that you're using in your soil? I really don't know. I'm so sorry. I'm from Maryland. I keep receiving, don't know why I keep getting leggy plants. So it is so windy. Leggy plants are probably from the lights. Now, if they're like 2 inches from the top of the plants, and you're like, oh, I've been doing everything right, then I would suggest putting them. Sorry, um, then I would suggest getting new lights. It's probably that your lights are not strong enough. Even if they're close enough, it's possible that they're just not emitting the energy that the plants need. Okay, next is rosy basil. That's purple. I'm from Maryland. Tree, any experience with those? Yeah, I've got one. Can you see it? You can't see it. But this is my first time ever growing it. So I'm not sure. I'm very excited about it though. 60-mile-an-hour winds. Yikes. I mean, I think that's close to what we're getting right now. All right, rosy basil is done. Then we're looking at purple ruffles. We just bought one yesterday. That's awesome. Yay. Purple ruffles. Basil. I wonder what this looks like. I'm trying a Jamaican cherry tree. Oh my gosh, where do you live? Did not do a good job with that. I'm from Honduras. Hi, that's awesome. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these in here. Okay, bye. Okay, so let's put the purple ruffles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we've got the rosy basil. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we've got the Emily basil. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the Aroma 2 basil. What is the best way to grow apple tree starters? Ooh, so I've never grown an apple tree like from like a small sapling. I always get a bare root tree, and I haven't had much experience or much success with it yet. So I'm not the person to ask for that, unfortunately. All right, chamomile. I think I'm gonna do more chamomile. Definitely. I'm gonna do how much chamomile? Feeling a little better about my leggy seedlings today. Good, good. What about raspberry starters? Now, raspberry canes, definitely, I have some experience in that. So I'm going to do 8 chamomile today. With raspberries, I would get something like a berry tone or some kind of granular berry fertilizer. That will certainly help with just automatically boosting your raspberries as soon as you put them in the ground. I put the canes in, obviously the roots, and then I put them up about 2 inches above where the top roots are. And then I really push them in and I compact them. and I kind of leave them be. I would also, I did not need to start that yet. I was wondering if it's maybe too early to start my zinnias. I have not started my zinnias yet, but I'm thinking that I might not start them indoors this year. I guess I could, but I don't know. It is so windy. How did you get started in gardening? Honestly, I had a little deck full of, it is not too late to start time, for sure. It's going to be like later in the season, but you will have time like for a majority of your season if you start now. So you should be fine. I had like a deck garden. Like I had containers all on my deck when we lived in a townhouse. And when I knew that we were going to be moving here, I had that for about 10 years. And when I knew we were going to be moving here, I just prepared everything. No, just toss those zinnia seeds out in the garden. They do most, yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking too. I have so many seeds that come up. My dill plant got, oh yeah, it will. it'll take over. I have so many that reseed. My zinnias do. And so I don't know. I'm thinking that I'm just going to put them out in the garden and see what happens. I feel like I did that last year too. Because 2 years ago, I remember very specifically, my zinnias got out of control inside. They were so big. So I feel like I don't want to do that again. What are your favorite fruits to grow? Probably raspberries. Raspberries, strawberries, any fruit. I love fruit. Okay, now we've got chives. I'm just going to do 3 chives. I don't need that many, actually. I was just hoping to have some more, but I have some growing. I was going to try both ways this year, inside and out. That's a great experiment. That's a really great experiment. How do I get strawberry sprouts ready to go large and ready to go outside? So I would make sure that you're potting them up, and I would definitely use when you do pot them up, I would use a growth stimulant. My favorite is Organic Rev. And so mine took off when I planted them. I'm going to go show you. Those of you that were on my live when I potted up those strawberry plants, you'll remember that they were itty bitty, and I'll show you what they look like right now. Some of them didn't even have any leaves on them, and look at them. This was like 2 weeks ago, maybe. No, yeah, this was like 2 weeks ago that I did this. I did this on a live. Look at that. Look at how beautiful they are. So I 100% say that it was because of this Organic Rev. And if you want any of this, it's in my link tree in my bio. And if you want 10% off, it's very10 is the code. So I highly recommend it. It's funny because I think somebody was like, oh my gosh, you're like, all you do is be a spokesperson for Organic Rev. And I was like, you know what though? I have been talking about Organic Rev for years. So it kind of makes sense. I'm just glad that I can give you guys 10% off now. Okay, so I have 3 different kinds of cilantro. I am in 7B. How do you know when carrots are ready? So carrots are actually ready at any point. Like you can eat them at any stage. So if you want to pick them when they are optimal and like their biggest size, you're going to want to pick them when the shoulders, so like here's the top of the carrot, the shoulders pop out and they are and you can I can kind of like, you can feel down the side of the carrot and to see if it is going down the way that you want. I'm also 7B. I think I live in Baltimore. Baltimore, oh, you're my neighbor. Hi. I'm in Howard County. It is 3:30 p.m. So, and I also want to say that don't wait too long to pick your carrots because, no, I'm not almost done. Nope, I barely even started. Don't wait too long to pick your carrots because they can get very woody and they do not taste good. So I'm going to do 3. Should I do 3? No, I'm going to do 4 of each of these varieties of cilantro or coriander, however you want to say it. What tips do you have for cilantro? When would it say be best time to plant? So cilantro likes cooler weather. And so I would suggest planting it in that cooler weather, like I'm going to say 6 weeks before, no, 4 weeks. 4 weeks before your average last frost. And also, sorry, just making sure that that little hook holds on my door against these winds. Yikes. So yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, cilantro about 4 weeks before your average last frost. And then cilantro, I would plant cilantro again. I plant it in like September. And so that is usually about 8 weeks before our first frost. Man. When do wild strawberries ripen? I actually don't know when wild strawberries ripen. You know what? Actually, some time is creeping, but it actually will say creeping time on there. All right, so this is cruiser cilantro. Very vigorous grower and slow to extra slow to bolt. That's what I was looking for. Oh, thank you. I'm waiting for Frank's to open in case my seedlings don't make it. Yep. That is always my fallback. Gosh, I love Frank's. I know that I cannot go there unless I'm like, okay, it's okay. I'm going to come home with a plant that I didn't plan on buying. That's okay. And I make sure that if financially I can't handle that at that moment, then that's fine. Then I don't go. I can't resist it. I go to Frank's and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need this. I need this. I need this. Oh my gosh. These windows and doors are driving me crazy. I hear you talk about volunteer plants. What is that? It is a plant that I did not particularly plant in that spot. So I am in Maryland. So a volunteer is going to be usually, it's almost always it's tomatoes, but they are, sorry, I'm getting distracted. They're plants that grow that I want to keep. So like technically weeds are going to be a volunteer plant, right? But I don't want it in that spot. So a volunteer plant typically in my eyes is going to be a plant that I am excited about keeping. A lot of my volunteers are going to be potatoes that I didn't catch from the last season, or tomatoes that dropped their tomatoes and I didn't catch it, right? I didn't grab it and those seeds reseeded themselves. So that's what a volunteer means. Any fertilizer recommendations for peppers? Yeah, at what stage? So I have tried peanuts. Yes, and I love them. That is like one of my favorite things. Okay. Somebody asked me something and I was going to answer that. For peppers. So tell me what stage of peppers you're looking for fertilizers, because I actually I use different things. I didn't know you need different stuff for stages. Okay. So, For instance, when I am growing them in the seedlings, they're still in the seedling stage. They're starting to sprout their true leaves. I'm going to be feeding them with this organic Rev, and I'm going to be putting it in the water, their bottom watering, right? So this is a growth stimulant. So I'm giving that to them every other week with their water. Then when I'm potting them up, I'm actually going to dip the roots into this organic Rev, and then I'm going to put it into the soil. And so it gets it like directly to the roots. Then when they are just in my trays and waiting to go outside, every other week I'm going to be doing organic Rev. And then the off week, I'm actually going to be feeding them with club soda that has no sodium in it. So I'm going back and forth with the two of those. Then when I go to plant them outside, in the planting hole, I'm putting bone meal and blood meal, and maybe a little tomato tone, or just like if I'm in the mood. But that's not. It's always blood meal and bone meal. Then when I'm watering them every other week, I'm doing a fertilizer of fish emulsion. So yeah. Hi, hello. When do you plant food on strawberry plants? So I only ever give them the organic Rev when I pot them up. After that, I don't actually fertilize my strawberries. Can you plant sugar snap peas and lettuce right now? Probably. Yeah. Oh, before the last frost, 100%. Absolutely. What should I be doing? Sorry. Can I control the wild strawberries? Mine are out of control. Yeah, they can get really out of control really fast. All right, merino cilantro. Merino cilantro. Merino cilantro. Cilantro. Got it. We started visiting our native nursery shortly after baby was born. Oh, that's so great. Do you do radishes today? I didn't get radishes in today. I wanted to, but I didn't. I couldn't. The wind and the storm threats, it was too much. So fortunately, we did not get those in. When should I start potatoes? I started potatoes today, and I'm in zone 7B, and my last frost date is usually end of April, early May. Have you ever tried to use coffee grounds or eggshells in your garden? So I use eggshells, no, but I do use coffee grounds to keep slugs away from my lettuce. And that actually works really, really well. Slugs away from my lettuce and my seedlings, I should say. My melon seedlings got destroyed by slugs. And then I put the coffee ground around all the seedlings, and it really did the trick. Okay, so this is Delfino cilantro. Delfino cilantro. It's a feathery fronds cilantro. This is interesting. I wonder if I'm going to like this. How I protect my rockets from worms. What do you mean rockets? Rockets. I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean by that. Delfino cilantro. What's your favorite bell pepper? Ooh, that is a hard question. If I had to pick one, it's probably going to be Big Bertha. King of the North is a really good one as well. I've been nervous about pruning peppers and tomatoes. Any tips? Do you have to? The only thing that you're going to really need to prune with peppers is that you want to cut off anything that's going to be touching the soil. Other than that, I don't prune my peppers at all. I only prune my tomatoes when they are to check, kind of give them a little bit of air to make sure that disease doesn't spread too much. But yeah, I'm having trouble starting avocados. No, I have no tips for avocados. I'm so sorry. All right. There's that. Okay. Yeah. Well, okay. Sorry. I did know that Rocket was arugula, but she or he, I'm sorry, I didn't see but said rockets. And so I was confused. So now that I know what you're talking about, can you ask your question again? How do you protect my rock from worms? So I would try coffee grounds, putting some coffee grounds around, and also I would look into getting some BT. I can't remember exactly what that's. I mean, I can, but I can't really pronounce it. I would look into getting some BT and spraying it on your lettuce if it's getting really out of control. Yeah, I know. Avocados are just so much. I don't even bother. Any advice on planting gem squashes? No, I'm sorry. I don't know what gem squashes are. Hi, hello. Gem squashes sound really fun, though. All right, we got some sweet marjoram. 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 Do you know when I should plant corn in zone 7? I would not plant corn until your threat of frost is past. So for me, that's not going to be until May. I'm not even going to think about it until May. Tonight. All right, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do 6. Strawberry mints. I found some strawberry mint. You made me want. Yay! Stark Brothers. Oh, that's awesome. They're selling a plant. That's awesome. So I'm actually starting these from seed right now, and it's tough. Do you think a greenhouse is better than without? Well, I mean, okay, so I love my greenhouse. I love it so much, but it's not necessary to grow. This is my very first time having a greenhouse. So, and I've had success up until now. So I would say it's not required at all. But do I love my greenhouse? Yes. I'm looking at the organic Rev, and there's so many options. Are they all the same? Just different? Yeah, they're just different ounces. Anything that says organic Rev, that's all the same. They do, I believe. Where did you get your mints? I've had these mint seeds for years. I'm really hoping that they actually grow. So I cannot remember where I got them from. So Organic Rev does also sell other things. Just make sure that it says Organic Rev on it. And then if there's a lot of options, then it's just the different sizes. Don't forget to use the Very 10 for 10% off. I spilled my Organic Rev today. I was dipping my onions in it, and I put it down in the mulch, and it was uneven, and it spilled. And I was like, oh my gosh. Silly questions, but do seeds expire? They do. They expire. Well, okay, how about this? Their germination rates go down significantly. So some are not even viable after like a couple of years. Like corn is usually not viable after a long time, after just a couple of years. But something like tomato seeds and pepper seeds, they can last for a really long time. You're going to try. Are you going to try corn again? I am. I have a whole bed that's dedicated to corn, and I'm going to do it. And I'm going to make sure that I plant them up far enough apart. And because I know they're heavy feeders, I'm going to make sure that I give them as much nitrogen as possible. I'm going to do all the things. What soil do you recommend for starting off trying to plant? I'm so sorry. I don't understand. I tried to plant lettuce, different kinds, but it doesn't work at all. Oh, I'm sorry. Where did you get your cucamelon seeds and what? Oh, okay. So cucamelon seeds, sometimes they don't go by cucamelons. They go by Mexican sour gherkins. I do have a greenhouse. This is my new baby. And I love it. I love it so much. All right. We got oregano. Woohoo! Do you believe in beneficial microbes? Yes, 100%. I believe in that. Any tips on when to mulch? Depends on what beds you're mulching. I live in Maryland. Okay, what do I have left? And how many spots do I have? I have parsley, sage, and 2 savories. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 25, 26, 27, 28. I don't want to do 7 of each of these. That seems like a lot. Tonight. I think I'm just going to do this. Thank you. Any tips on how to decide what straw to get for raised beds? I've only used hazelnut shells. Hazelnut shells. That's super cool. So honestly, the one year that I used straw for mulch, it was hay, and I had it everywhere. Hi from Glen Burnie. Hi. You are right around the corner. The one year that I'm sorry, I'm so distracted by this wind. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, the one year that, I used it, and then it was actually hay, and oh my gosh, I had sprouts everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Thank you so much. So I don't recommend. I know that a lot of people just get straws, right? Get straw, and they are perfectly fine, and it works just perfectly fine for them. But I will never do it again. ever. Thank you. What do cucamelons taste like? They taste like cucumbers, but they also have like a hint of citrus to them. It's not strong, but it does taste different than a regular cucumber. All right, so we got parsley. Can I see the blueberries? They are all the way up on the other side of my property. But I am very excited about them. I planted those today. Have you tried container gardening? That's all I did for like 10 years. So what do you need to know? And I still use containers for a lot of things like herbs. And sometimes I put tomatoes in grow bags, and sometimes I put peppers in grow bags. And I definitely do potatoes. So yeah. Can you grow potatoes without mulch? Yes, 100%. Okay, so we've got parsley, got some sage. I'm excited about the winter and the summer savory, because I use that in my my tomato sauce, and it's amazing. Do you sell cucamelon seeds? I don't. I'm sorry. You ordered some rub. Yay! Oh, you're going to love it. I cannot tell you how quickly you're going to see a difference in your tomatoes. It's really actually a miracle product. I would not be talking about it at all if I haven't had huge success with it for the last 5-6 years. What's your favorite herb to grow? Basil. Although I really like lavender too. You start your mint from seeds? I do. But I also, anytime that I see a really cool mint, if I'm out and about, I'm like, I want that. So I've done a mixture. Where do you get your cucamelon seeds? Where did I get mine this year? Oh, I don't have my seeds down here. Type in Mexican sour gherkins almost anywhere. I can't remember how much organic to use on seedlings. So for seedlings, I would definitely bottom water. But I would put I don't even really measure, and it's not going to hurt your seedlings if you accidentally use too much. You really can't use too much. I wouldn't obviously put just the whole thing, concentrate on it, but I would say if you got a 2-cup like 2-cup container, I would put a 1/4 cup in there and then fill the rest up and then water with that. What do I have here? I am doing herbs. Right now, I'm just writing out what herbs I'm using. And I just did sage. Now I'm doing summer savory, and then I'm going to do winter savory. I'm growing a lot in ground this year, but my dirt is more clay-like and compacted. What should I do? I would try to amend it with as much compost as you can possibly do, and get some vermiculite and peat moss in there as well. I have clay soil as well, which is why I primarily do raised beds. My rosemary barely grew last year. Any tips? Roots went crazy though. Interesting. I don't know. I would look into maybe give it some nitrogen, see what happens. I tried growing basil last year and it was a huge success. I loved it. Oh my gosh, I love basil. And I love all kinds of basil. Anytime I see like a new basil plant, I'm like, yes, that's for me. Any advice for sad thyme? Thyme does not like wet feet. It also really doesn't like to be dried out too much, but it will prefer to be dry than wet. So make sure that you are only watering when the soil is dry, and make sure that if it's really not doing well, try to give it some nitrogen or even organic rev, a growth stimulant. It should perk up. What are your recommendations for soil mix for starting seeds? I would say no compost. My favorite is the Jiffy Organic seed starting mix. That's my favorite. It's in a bag. It does really well. It's cheap. So yeah. Do you have any experience with strawberry roots? I have questions. Yes, I do have experience with that. So ask away. Hey, I gifted an orchid and I repotted. I got gifted an orchid and repotted and watered. It's dying. Any advice? Is it too wet? Are the roots too wet? They do not like to have too much water. You can absolutely overwater an orchid. I wonder if that's what's going on. Okay, last year I grew a cucumber plant and I produced 1 cucumber and then died. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Sometimes it really does happen. Cucumbers are, you either have a ton or you have nothing. There's rarely anything in between. And really I can't even take a guess. There's so many things that could have happened to your cucumber, so I'm sorry. What flowers did you start? I started a whole bunch of flowers, some that I could not even pronounce. Let's see. I started, a whole bunch of milkweed, snapdragons, Black Knight, some dahlias. Yeah, there was a whole bunch that I was like, I don't know how to pronounce that. Hi. I separated and soaked in water for an hour. Then, I missed it. I'm sorry. Do you think marigolds are a good flower to attract bees? They are not the best to attract bees, but if you're really looking for something that's easy to attract bees, let your basil go to seed and flower. Bees will be all over it. What was that a mistake? Should I have waited and planted outside? Okay, I'm sorry. Let me go back. I apologize. Let me see. I separated and soaked in water for an hour, then planted in 4-inch pots. I'm keeping inside till May. How are they doing? Are they doing okay? Like, do you see a problem with them? Because I would have done the exact same thing. Why do you plant so many tomatoes? Because I love tomatoes. Actually, I'm not a big fan of them raw, but I like them mixed in and things. And we use tomato sauce all the time. We had tomato sauce last night. So that's why. I have salsa. I had salsa for lunch, obviously with some other stuff as well. And so we use tomatoes in I would say that we use tomatoes in our food 3-4 times a week. So that's why. My tomato leaves are falling off. What can I do? What do they look like? Is the soil wet? Hi. No, that's okay. It was a bad year last year for cucumbers. I did not have a good year for cucumbers last year. So I'm with you on that. All right, winter savory. This is my last herb for today. winter savory. Oh, I thought I had 5. I do. Winter savory. You're not late. I have actually not even started sewing yet because I have been distracted in answering questions, which is my favorite thing. But also, I wanted to make sure that I had these plant markers up and ready to go before I sewed anything. And that is the last one. In the greenhouse, you have pollinators. No, I don't. I am the pollinator. Bye. All right, here we go. We are starting with basils. Because I am type A and I had to put them in alphabetical order. How did I learn to garden? Through trial and error and a lot of books and a lot of podcasts. And following my favorite creators, really. Okay, so this first one is, oh, did I get it out of order? I did. Let me put them in order. Emily is after Rosie, and Purple Ruffles or Aroma is last. Okay, we got Purple Ruffles first. Okay, so with basil, see, this is really interesting because a lot of people don't know that certain herbs require different germination strategies. So for basil, I always plant them right on top, and that's actually really fun because you can see them develop like a little bubble around the seeds when and it happens very, very soon. So I just put them right on top of the soil. So this is Purple Ruffles basil. And I don't mind, I don't like count the seeds or anything like that. I just put them on top and then I will thin them later to 1 plant per cell. My YouTube never tells me when you're live, but TikTok does. Interesting. I wonder if I can like figure that out. Hi, hello. Okay, so now we have Rosie basil. Once again, I'm just going to put them on top. And I really don't care about the seeds because they put like 200 seeds in each pack. I said in one of your live streams, I can't be able to grow any plants because you're so cold, but I'm buying some seeds and I hope my vegetables grow. I hope so too. I hope that for you too. Okay, this is Rosie. This is, I believe, a purple basil. Oh, too many. Okay, this is Emily basil. Anybody named Emily in the live? That would be incredible if that was the case. Ugh. My hair got so messed up from the wind. Oh, from Trinidad. Hi. I grew some Trinidad scorpions one year. They were so hot. I didn't grow them again. No, but I'm one of your past students. Your name isn't Emily. Hi, hello. Wait, hold on. Hi, I can't tell by you're one of my past students. That's amazing. Hello, it's nice to see you. I don't know what your name is. Do you always buy seeds or do you have, oh, I do save them. Yes. I love your, thank you. Thank you so much. Scorpion peppers, oh, they're so hot. They were so hot. And we just didn't, we didn't use them. So I was like, okay. All right, let's see. Aroma 2, basil. I've done this one before. I think this is really great. Emily, hello. I just planted your basil. How funny. That's so great. It's me. Oh, hi, Marilyn. Yes, you did. Hi. How are you? I heard that you, I think the last time you told me you were some star in a show, if I remember correctly, or maybe your brother told me that. I just water all over my bed. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm having trouble germinating herbs. So which herbs are you specifically having a hard time with? Okay, aroma is done. Yeah. Okay, next we have chamomile. My cheeks are very rosy right now because it is hot in here. Oh my gosh, chamomile seeds are teeny. Teeny, teeny. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Can you even see them? They're like tan colored and there's like, I don't know, 100 seeds in my palm right now. Basil, thyme, oregano, and cilantro. Interesting. I'm so sorry. You're having trouble with all of them. Have any of them germinated? Wow. I almost put them in the chives. I'm putting these right on top because I'm afraid that if they cover the soil, they're not going to make it. Okay. I wish it could be sowing seeds right now. It's snowing here. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's really tough. Oh, hi. Hello. Ooh. Okay, now we have chives. How many did I do? I did 3 chives. They really don't need very many this year. It was 70 degrees yesterday, and it's snowing right now. Hi, I'm having a hard time germinating rosemary. Okay, so rosemary is very tough to germinate. So you're not the only one. It can be really tough. I do suggest giving it as much time as you can. Try to keep the soil moist for the entire germination period. I know that can be tough to do, but rosemary is a tough one. Oh, you're in Michigan. That makes sense. With the teeny tiny seeds, how do you figure out how many seeds to plant? I don't. I just like sprinkle them on top and then I'll thin them out later. I got an entire milk jug of rosemary to germinate. It took lots of watering and sun. See, there you go. Yeah. My friend has a pepper plant and I tried one of them. There was no, yeah, well, it depends. It does depend on if it's a sweet pepper or hot pepper. Can I grow zucchini in a grow bag? Yes, you can. Definitely. Okay, next I've got cruiser cilantro. All right, a little trick with cilantro. Here, I'll show you. Okay, so this is cruiser cilantro. I'm very excited about that. How many did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so with cilantro, I like to rub it between my fingers because these husks are really, really strong. And sometimes I can't even do that. Oh, there we go. I broke that one. I don't know if you guys heard that. I like to rub it between my fingers so that I can break that husk open. Man, I just spilled a whole bunch of cilantro. Oh, I'll have to get that in a second. And then when you split it up, oh my gosh, it smells like coriander. It splits into 2, and each of the halves that are in my hand right now has a seed in each side. This is how I get my cilantro to germinate. I don't know if you can see. So that's what I like to do before I plant it. So this is cruiser. Oh my gosh, and it smells incredible. But first, I need to get these seeds out. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Why do you cut the flowers on basil plants? So that they can concentrate on growing more leaves. Once they are going to flower, then they're concentrating on putting those flowers out and going to seed to create more seed for later. So that's why you cut the flowers. All right, opened that one. this seed here. It's a husk. Have you ever grown No, I haven't. I'm so sorry. I don't know what that is. And I don't know how to pronounce it. There we go. Got the husk to open up. Split in half. Perfect, actually. Plant that right there. Look at this. Sometimes even just cracking them to get them to open is enough. Okay, I found 2 more in there. So yeah, for cilantro, you really got to make sure that they crack, and because those husks are so strong that they don't allow water to come in. Oh my gosh. Oh, it smells delicious. I love it. I'm planting all kinds of herbs. Right now I'm planting cilantro, a variety called cruiser cilantro. Growing herbs in hydroponic system. Yeah. I know they're aphids. Yes. Oh, it's so hard. I'm so sorry. It's so hard to get rid of aphids, but the best way that you can try to get rid of aphids is by just literally taking your hands and rubbing. So like literally take a leaf and kind of go like this and get them all and squish them. They are like, honestly, if you touch them, they usually die. They're such a soft-bodied insect. But and you got to keep doing it over and over and over and over again. If you want to spray, you can spray with some neem oil, but because they're herbs, it's kind of tough because you're eating that. So, and neem oil does not taste good, but obviously you can wash, but there is that factor. Okay, so I'm still doing cruiser. Okay. I'm in Maryland in the United States. Ouch. Can you give us some tips on how to grow carrots? So the problem is that she's growing them in her hydroponic system. So she doesn't want ladybugs in the house. You do not want ladybugs in the house. That will not end well. You will have created a problem trying to solve another. Do you have any tips on how to grow carrots? Yes. The germination process. Make sure that you keep them wet throughout the entire germination process, and it can take up to 3 weeks. It's been really gross and rainy here. Is it okay to plant my seeds now and let them hang out indoors? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so with cilantro, you want to make sure that you cover this with the soil. Oh my gosh. It smells so good. Okay, so I'm going to do that right now. So cilantro seeds can definitely be covered. Everything else before now, I'm not going to cover. So the chamomile, the basil, the chives, those are not being covered. But cilantro definitely needs to be. And I'm not planting them too deep. Okay, so that is, next we're on to merino cilantro. I need to start my cilantro. April 6th is my last frost date. Yeah, you need to start it right now. Or you can go to a nursery and just buy plants. That's totally a viable option. All right, this is merino cilantro. almost lost it. Yes, the greenhouse is new. Yep. My favorite herb is basil. Lavender is a very close second. Oh, chamomile. Is that an herb or a flower or a tea? Or all three? Is sprouting left and right. Yay! Yay for basil. So I'm just cracking my cilantro open, cracking those husks open to create, to open, because each one has 2 seeds inside. And so sometimes they can be too tough and they won't sprout unless you crack these open beforehand. Okay. Now we have Delfino cilantro. Oh, these are smaller seeds. These are smaller than I'm used to, so I'm curious if this is going to look like a different plant. Oh, this is the one that has like the fronds. So it's like a frond cilantro. Okay. The whole tray is done. Now I have to do another one. I kind of grow tomatoes a long time ago, but they started dying when the tomatoes were green. Oh, I'm sorry. That's frustrating. Oop, I forgot a really, really important step with cilantro. Do you know what I forgot? What did I forget to do? Okay. Have you noticed any of these cilantro varieties being more resistant to bolting? So I got a slow bolt one year and it bolted at the same time. But this variety, Cruiser from Territorial Seed, has the claim that it's extra slow to bolt, which I'm going to be honest, if Territorial Seed is saying that, then yeah, it's probably the case. So that is what I'm hoping. Maybe it's giving me false hope, but we'll see. My strawberries come in Territorial Seed. It's called Cruiser cilantro. Hi. Okay, now is anybody doing a really cool herb that I have never heard of before? That would be awesome. Share. Is anybody doing an herb that's like from your country that most Americans don't know about? Oh my gosh. Is there even any marjoram in here? These are itty bitty seeds. I think growing under shady plants like tomatoes helps prevent bolting. My basil grew and didn't bolt. Yes, I always put my basil under my tomato plants. And that is correct about the, especially cilantro. But cilantro likes cooler weather, so that's why it's especially susceptible to bolting and bolting early. All right, marjoram is done. Oh, now we got our strawberry mint. Okay, these are itty bitty seeds. Can you see it? You see? Those are the seeds in there. Mint seeds are crazy. Oh, fun. Wait, what are you going to use cilantro seeds when you sow them? What did you do? Oh, I had to cover them with soil. I forgot to do that. That's what I was saying. They're teeny tiny. They're microscopic. Not microscopic, but clips. Mint seeds are definitely the smallest seed that I grow. Thank you, my green. I love my greenhouse. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if these seeds are viable or not. We're going to find out. Strawberry mint is so good. I love strawberry mint. You're not a fan of chocolate mint. That's interesting. Chocolate mint might be my favorite mint. But everybody's got their preferences, obviously. Okay, let's see if I can do this. We'll see. Oh, yeah, very good. Let's see what else we got. What other mints do you guys like? Actually, so I think my top 3 favorite mints are going to be chocolate, cat mint, and lavender mint. Okay, I have to put that on my list. Oh my gosh. You know what? I just got a low battery notification. I can't do it again. So hold on. I'm going to have to text my husband and ask him to bring it down, my charger. Yeah, I think I missed that one. Okay, hold on. Hey, Siri, text Wes. Can you have a kid bring down the charger for my phone that is on the kitchen island? ? Just any random kid, right? Lavender mint. I'm writing that down. I need that. I need that in my life. Lavender mint sounds like the greatest thing ever. I don't have anything. I'm writing this down here. I want it. I do grow chives. I have chives that are perennials in my garden right now, but I'm also starting some other ones. I bought a plant from someone on Etsy. Thank you for the tip. I think I might be doing that because that sounds amazing. All right, next we've got oregano, also super duper tiny seeds, because oregano and mint are in the same family of plants. You can hear them. All right. Any other mints? Let's see. Oh, so I was going to say, I said chocolate mint, cat mint, and apple mint. Apple mint is just like, it almost has like a sweet flavor, and the leaves are really soft. Love apple mint. All right, here we go. We got oregano. They are not as tiny as mint, but they are super tiny. Did you say cat mint? What does it taste like? It also has like a sweeter taste to it, but it's very mild. It's not as strong as like a spearmint. I make tea. So I cannot have caffeine. I'm not somebody that has any caffeine ever. I do eat like milk chocolate, but I won't eat dark chocolate. So I stay away from caffeine at all costs. So I like decaffeinated tea, but I can't have any coffee because even decaffeinated coffee has some caffeine in it, and I just can't handle anything. So I make chocolate mint regular tea. I make lemon balm tea, or lemon balm iced tea is delicious. Okay. Hey Siri, call Wes. Energy, or where you get your energy from? Good question. I don't know. Oh, never mind. All right, I'll be right back. I have to get a charger. I am having it delivered right at this moment. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Be careful going down. Okay, let's see. Had a special delivery by my middle child. So I can stay. Thank you. Yes. All right, we're good. So my energy, I am lacking energy a lot. Ooh, the wind is bothering me. But over the years, I make sure that I am as hydrated as I possibly can be. And I really, really value my sleep and trying to stick to a schedule. I say all of that, and then I do have a hard time with my energy levels, but I get used to it. I get used to not having caffeine anymore. I bought some this year for my beans when I plant them. I have actually heard that as well. But I don't actually have any trouble with my beans, so that I've never tried it. Thank you for explaining. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so next we've got parsley. Oregano and mint, those seeds are so tiny. I'm just putting them on the top of the soil, and I'm making sure that that soil is moist the entire germination process, or else they won't stay. Or else they will not germinate. Yeah. Okay, so parsley, however, is going to be different. I'm going to put, 5-6 seeds in each cell. I don't necessarily thin them later unless it's like really out of control. But those seeds I definitely want to, I want to cover up. I'm going to put a couple more. Okay, parsley, and then I'm going to cover this up, this stream for a few minutes, but I know. Oh, yes, actually, I have heard of that. Like the marshmallow root, I've heard is really great. Especially it's medicinal. So it's funny because I don't do kale. I cannot get on board with kale. I just don't like it. I do not like kale. I want to like kale so bad. I think I try kale every single year, thinking that, okay, maybe this is the year, maybe this variety. I cannot get on board. What's funny is that I think there's an episode of Modern Family where they talk about it and they're like, kale, what are they trying to make kale like a thing? And I'm like, I totally agree. So those are my thoughts. I mean, I tried them in chips and anything you put enough salt on it and it should taste good. Can't. My father-in-law grows it though. It's really pretty. I don't think I put anything in there. I didn't. Okay. I'm doing great. How is everybody else doing? Okay. Sage is done. Including that guy. That's the only kale I like. What is it called? Is that an L or an I? Lacinato? Or Iacinato? I've never heard of that. I might try it. I got my onions since planted. We tried. Yay! That's awesome. That's great. All right, this is summer savory. I use summer savory and winter savory in my my tomato sauce. I love it. Summer savory is so good. It's an underrated savory in general. Oh, and lacinato, also dinosaur kale. So I've heard of dinosaur kale. Yes. But no, I've never tried it before. But maybe I have to. Last year, I was so excited. I did summer savory and winter savory, and both of them came up, and I had them all summer long, and they were wonderful. I thought about sowing seeds today and haven't actually done it yet, but I hope so. The sooner you start, the more you'll have a harvest. All right, winter savory. It's funny because I think the winter savory seeds are just a hair bigger than the summer savory seeds. Oh, you know what? I have these cells open. Should I plant something else? Do I have anything that I can plant down here? I don't know. Okay, so all of the herbs that I wanted to plant are done. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cells that are open. The only seeds I have down here are herbs. I'm just double checking and making sure that's true. That is true. Okay, so what's it going to be? Let's see what we got. All right. What are the options? We have thyme. I don't need thyme, but I can always plant thyme. I use thyme all the time. What else do we have? We have rosemary. I could definitely do some rosemary. No, I don't have any strawberry seeds. I only have herbs down here. I have borage. I don't think I want to do those. I don't think I want to do that. I have more summer savory. And I have just regular. No. Okay. Those are repeats. So right now we got thyme. Lavender. Should I do some lavender? Done. Okay, so I've got 9 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So then we have started lettuce inside. How much time it takes to plant outside? It really depends on the conditions outside. So I actually start my lettuce from seed, and I start it I'm going to start it in the next couple of days. I'll plant it. But I would say you're in Georgia. Put it outside. Put it outside. So we're going to do rosemary and thyme and lavender. What kind of lavender? It just says lavender. But I wish it was lavender mint. I'd never heard of that before. I'm so excited about trying something new. I want lavender mint. Oh, thank you. 1, 2, 3, lavender, rosemary, and thyme. All right. Very good. What time is it? Oh, we're doing good. Oh, great. I have celery that I'm growing from store-bought. Not sure when to plant in soil. If it has roots, plant it now because it's a cool weather crop. It should be okay. I grew catnip once just to try it. That was 3 years ago. We're still, oh yeah, for sure. Catnip will grow like crazy. I am on Instagram. Yeah, Instagram's my smallest account, but I get a lot of traffic on Instagram. So not sure why. But yeah, it's very good gardening on Instagram. Do you harden off onions, brassicas, lettuce, cool weather crops, etc. before planting? Onions, no. Lettuce, I don't start from seed, but I probably would. My brassicas, absolutely, definitely, I start those out. I harden them off. Lavender. You're 7 years old. Hi. Oh, that's so wonderful. Hello. All right, lavender. And then next we have rosemary. Have you done any fruit from seed? Yeah, all of my melons I do from seed. What other fruit? Did I do any other fruit? I mean, technically tomatoes and peppers are fruits. But I think you're talking about culinary. And from seed, I do ground cherries. Ground cherries are a fruit. Melons and watermelon. I think are the only real like culinary fruit that I start from seed. So yeah, am I only one that think the season is out of whack? Why? I'm in zone 7B. Do you have any tips for growing onions? So have you, I always recommend if you're doing onions for the first time to start from seed. I'm sorry, start from sets. And always make sure that you are in the proper, or you're getting the proper type of onion. So there's long day and short day onion, and then there is medium day, which intermediate day onion, which is what I have. So make sure that you're getting those. But if you're looking for sets, typically you're going to see sets for sale. Hold on a second. My phone it was trying to fall off. You're going to see sets for sale around the time that you can plant your seeds. And those are going to be the onions. They're going to be the right type of onion that is good for your area. Can you get seeds from marigolds that aren't dried yet? You can take off the flower, take off the flower head, dry them, and then get the seeds. Yes. But they need to be dry in order to see them. Have you ever grown kohlrabi? I haven't grown kohlrabi. No. Planted ground cherries last summer in a grow bag. They did not perform well, and we'll plant them in the ground next time. Yeah, ground cherries are tough. They really are very what's the word? Wishy-washy? Fragile. There's a word. Finicky is the word I was looking for. Finicky. Ground cherries are very finicky. Do you multi-sow your onions when starting indoors? Yes, I did. And I ended up with like 4 per cell, and they easily came apart. No, temperamental. Yeah, I like that word better. Can you get your seeds that aren't dried yet? So yeah, as I said, you can dry the top of the flower and then get the seeds from there. The spring just doesn't want to get here. Oh, I can totally agree with that. It's all over the place too. And it gave us like a hint of spring last week. And then it was like, nope, just kidding. I'm trying the multi-sow method this year. I'm excited. Yeah, it worked really, really well. They do not mind their roots being disturbed. And I just teased them apart. They came apart, no problem. I was thinking temperamental for ground cherries last summer. They 100% are. They are temperamental. But once you have ground cherries, typically you have ground cherries popping up all over the place. So yeah, once you have them, usually you have them for a long time. I'm deliberately planting them this year though. Okay, and then rosemary goes over here. Alrighty, lavenders first. I haven't had luck with ground cherries either. I can grow tomatillos. Yes, they are similar. Can you separate most plants like you did the onions yesterday? So some don't mind their roots disturbed, while others are not a huge fan of that. So it's really dependent on the type of plant. Like cucumbers, absolutely not. No way would I ever do that. The plants would die within an hour. They are very wimpy when it comes to that. Tomatoes, you can typically tease them apart, but you really got to make sure that you give them some kind of growth stimulant or some kind of nutrients to help them, because they will experience some transplant shock. Hi, hello. What's the best plants to grow from beginners? Oh, I get that question all the time. Whatever you are the most excited about eating, that's the best thing that you could grow. I'm thinking about trying cucamelons. Yay, you should. I love them. How many seeds per cell do you prefer tomatoes and cucumbers? So I will sow, like for cucumbers, I will sow 2 per cell. And for tomatoes, I'll do 3 just to make sure that they germinate. And then I will actually cut them at the base. I know that a lot of people will tease those tomatoes apart. I'm like, it's not worth it for me. I grow so many anyway. So I will just cut off those little stems and seedlings at the base, and I'll throw them in the compost. Pole style green beans are easy. They are. Actually, hold up. They are for some people. And that's why I say this. Like, some people really struggle with pole beans. I struggled my first year with pole beans. So it's not universal. There is literally no plant or crop that is universally good for beginners. So that's it. Yes. How to prevent squirrels? No, I don't. I have no idea. I have no idea how to prevent squirrels. That is a really tough one. My dog does not like squirrels and will let the entire neighborhood know that he doesn't like squirrels. Yes. So, but I don't actually recommend a fertilizer. I recommend organic Rev. This is a growth stimulant. Dip the roots in the growth stimulant, and then before you plant them, and they will do 10 times better. This I highly recommend. And if you want this, there's a link in my link tree in my bio. And if you want 10% off, it's very10 as the code. Organic Rev. It's awesome. I have to plant pole and bush beans every year. I can only get one to grow each year. See, yeah, and it's so interesting. It really is. Okay, reliable seed brands. Territorial seed is my number one, my go-to. I also love Annie's heirloom seeds. Annie's heirloom seeds are my quickly growing into one of my top favorites. I like Park Seed, Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. They're a really great company as well. So I've got lavender first. For me, I don't actually grow pole beans anymore. I only do bush beans because bush beans are just so much easier for me to grow. They are always successful. MI Gardner. A lot of people love MI Gardner as well. Okay, we've got lavender. And there we go. Okay, I really hope that these are going to be ready in time, but oh well. That's what I get for starting late. Is there anything that you've planted that you regret because it spreads aggressively? It's not that I regret it. It's just that it's hard to keep under control. Horseradish really does spread quite long and wide. I just have to make sure that I keep it under control. Thoughts on Three Sisters patch or companion planting? I don't love it because I have a hard time growing corn. So there's that. And I have a hard time growing pole beans. So there's that as well. But I've heard people have really great success with it. Me and my mom went to a fruit farm. We picked so many fruits. It was so fun. Oh, that's so great. All right, moving on to thyme. You can hear it. My greenhouse is creaking under all the wind. Okay. Any suggestions for slugs in the garden? Yes. So I use ground coffee grounds, and they can be used coffee grounds, whatever. They just don't like the smell. And I literally sprinkle them around each plant, just a little bit around each plant. And then I do something called slug pellets, and I just kind of throw them out and about. I don't know which one works best because I do both of them every single time. And that really does help keep the slugs under control. Have you tried growing ginger? I have not. I have not grown ginger. I don't use ginger enough in my cooking to justify the long growing season. But there is a creator that grows ginger. Her name is Lanny, and she's actually local to me. We're very close together. And what is her handle? Oh no, I can't remember what her handle is. Does anybody know who I'm talking about? She's so wonderful. But she grows ginger. Her name is Lanny, Lannie. Just type, another Maryland gardener. And actually, I'll tell you another one here soon. So yeah, Lanny, just type in Lanny Gardener on Instagram. That's I think her main social media platform. She's great, and she has lots of little tips for she's really great. I highly recommend her. And then another Maryland, she's in Ellicott City. Yeah. Another Maryland gardener is Gary Pilarchik, and he is actually even closer to me. And so, like, all three of us are in Howard County, and he's really thank you. He's actually a look up Lanny. I'm also in Maryland. How that's great. You should do Gary Pilarchik. He's the rusted garden, and he sells seeds, and he's local. All right, we got rosemary. He does a lot of like tutorials and things like that, but I think he is a much more experienced gardener than I am. You live in Maryland. That's great. Okay. Last one. Done. All right. You and Gary are where I get all of my info from. Yes, that's so great. Yes, he's awesome. I really do like him. I saw him in the grocery store. And I was like, oh my gosh, we're shopping at the same grocery store. And I swear I saw him go around the corner, and then I couldn't find him again. So I was going to go and be like, oh my gosh. Any suggestions for up-potting green beans? Mine are so tall. I would not recommend up-potting green beans, only because they are another plant that really doesn't like their roots disturbed. You can try it, but I would actually also for Keegan in Frederick County. I don't know who that is. I will look that person up. Keegan, a boy, girl, sorry, doesn't really matter. But Keegan in Frederick County, awesome. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, beans. So if you can, try to wait to plant them outside. Do you grow in raised beds or directly in the ground? I want to do direct, but I don't know how to prep. So I don't do a lot. All of my annuals are in raised beds because our soil is super heavy red clay. So, but what's interesting. He's on Instagram. Thank you. I will definitely look him up for sure. What's interesting about the in-ground is that my raspberries are all in the actual native soil, and so are my blueberries, and they do really, really well. So I'm curious if it's possible we have more acidic soil and they like that better. My beans are in peat pots and they're safe to, are they safe to? Yeah, for sure. If you can try to figure out how not to, are the roots coming out of the peat pots? A raised bed is just basically a bed that's put on top of the native soil. So you're not putting it in ground. You're actually putting Lannie. And so a lot of times people will put like paper down and then put the soil on top. It's just, it allows you to control the soil versus using your native soil. I will definitely look up Keegan. That is for sure. Where do I have any water in there? I wonder if I do. I don't know. I gotta water these before I put them under the lights, which I have lights now available because I have no more onion seeds. Do you know how low of a temperature cilantro can handle? So I have volunteer cilantro growing in my garden right now. And it got down so low this year. So I don't know how low it can go, but it definitely is a cool weather crop. It can handle really, really cold weather. Yes. All right, what time is it? All right, I'm going to be on for 2 more minutes and then I got to go. But I'm very excited that I got this done and that I got to hang out with you guys. So any more questions? Anything? Very good gardening. If you're ready to tear up the yard, then NF. Oh, I don't know what that means. When do you pick banana peppers? Whenever I want. Soil ratio recommendations. Okay. Soil recommendations. I recommend doing 50% compost, then 25% peat moss, 25% vermiculite. If you can add in some aged manure, that would be extra great too. Wasps, I don't really have any suggestions for that because wasps can be really beneficial to the garden. Oh, I'm glad too. Thank you. You're welcome. How long does it take to grow cucumbers? Cucumbers are actually a pretty fast growing plant. So they should come up pretty fast. I hope I get rain tonight as well. I feel like it's supposed to storm at some point. It's definitely windy enough to be storming right now. What do you recommend to directly sow instead of starting indoors? Anything in the cucumber family, any melons, gingerfoot garden. Yes, that's her. Yes, that is her. Thank you. Thank you for figuring that out. So what else to direct sow? I direct sow carrots, absolutely any kind of root vegetable like radishes, carrots, lettuce I do direct sow, all of my watermelon, all of my melons, corn I direct sow, although that can be transplanted. It's just a little bit of a pain in my eyes. It just started raining in Carroll County, so that means it should be coming here, right? Actually, I think it's coming from the south, so maybe not. When can banana peppers be harvested? So like you can harvest banana peppers at any time. I'm in Maryland too. Which tomato variety is your best growing? Pineapple Hawaiian from Annie's Heirloom Seeds. They are the best. Please. Oh, hi. Hello. If you're going to live stream tomorrow, when is the time? Because I come late. So I usually live stream because I do work. I'm not going to go tomorrow because it's St. Patrick's Day, and I very much enjoy celebrating that. But I will probably go if I'm going live this week. It's going to be around between 4:30 and 5 is when I'll start. And that's when I'll go live. I was talking about something. Banana peppers. So you can harvest them at any point. Like even when they're like the greenish yellow, you can definitely harvest them. We eat them at that stage all the time. They're a little sweeter if you wait until they're all the way yellow or maybe even sometimes red. But when they're red, I find that the walls of the pepper are not as sturdy. So it's not as crunchy. So. All right, friends, this is awesome. I just said friends. I'm such an elementary school teacher. But thank you so much. How do you keep up with the watering? I actually, we have a watering system that I'll share with you once we set that up. I hope everyone has a great rest of your Sunday. Happy St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.